how are you all doing? Welcome to this InLight tutorial. In this InLight tutorial, we're going to move on to part 4 of our collage tutorial. Part 4 is the floating tree in the right hand side, top right hand side. If you haven't been following the other 3, I'll put the links to the videos in the description below, or also I'll put them on the screen as we go along. For this video, you're going to need a couple of resources, and they are this tree and this mountain range here. If I forget to put them in the description, please just let me know, and I will do so as soon as I can. You don't have to use these images, you can use ones that you want to use, but they will be there if you need them. So first thing we want to do is blur this image, because this is going to act as our background. So I'm going to tap the screen to show my sidebar. I'm going to open my tools. I'm then going to go to tilt shift. And tilt shift is where all the blurs go on. You can see on the banner on the bottom I have position highlighted in blue. I'm going to highlight or select shape, and then I'm going to select linear, and this gives me a linear blur. So if I take this anchor point in the center and I move it up or down, you see I am applying the blur or removing the blur. So the little arrows either side, they just smooth out the effect. So they sort of give a vignette type feel to the effect itself. I'm going to pull them all the way in so the blur just stops, and I'm going to drag the anchor point all the way down so the blur covers the screen. I'm then going to select tools again, press tools on the bottom again, and you will get intensity. I'm going to highlight intensity, slide my finger up to the right hand side of the screen in order to increase the intensity, and I want it about 80. I'm going to click the little tick button to apply that image. And then I'm going to select image on my right hand side. I'm going to select adjust to apply an effect filter to it. So I'm going to scroll along, and again you can apply any filter that you want to it, any effect filter, but I want to use this this withered, and the reason I'm going to use this withered is because I want to, whilst the background image, blurred image is still there with this filter applied, I want to really emphasize on the finished article on the floating tree, and this I think this will allow me to do it. I've not tried it yet, so it might all go wrong, but we'll see at the end. I'm going to scroll my finger up or down, left or right, to change the intensity of that effect, and I've got it on around 50, 55, something like that. Click the little tick button to apply that, and then we're just going to save that out by ticking the button at the top right hand side, clicking the button at the top right hand side, and then just save that photo out. So you'll have that saving, and then it will save. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm just going to close down, tap the screen to close down my sidebar, and I'm going to go back, press the little back button, however many times I need to go back to the original image. So that's our original image. I'm then going to scroll along my images at the bottom and select this withered tree. As you can see, I've got a few resources here at the bottom with this this model here in this Polaroid picture, so that you can see what's coming up soon. Okay, so I selected the image for my background, and now I want to select the image for my foreground. In order to select 2 images, we have to apply a mixer tool, tap the screen, get the sidebar up, select tools, go to mixer, and then it will allow me to select another image. So I'm going to go to my original tree image, and I'm going to pinch and squeeze this image until it pops into size, into the correct size, and then I'm just going to move it with my finger. Just move the image with your finger, and you'll see you'll have these guide marks, like aiming reticles, lines around the outside of the image, and that just tells me that I've got the picture, or got the image center and the correct size over the top of the original image. So then I'm going to go to tools. I'm going to go to erase, and I'm going to start removing all of the background from this image. Now this is not hard to do. People say it is hard to do, but it's not. Just zoom in or out of the image to make it easy for yourself. But what I am going to do on this image, I'm going to leave part of the ground in front of the tree. So if I want to zoom in, I'm going to deselect erase, and then zoom into this image, and then select erase again and start removing the rest of the image background. So we do need to go around this part of the tree like so, and I'm not I'm not doing this quick. Like I said, I'm going to leave some sort of background going on. I need to move it, so I deselected erase and then reselected it, and then, like I said, I just want to remove some of the front part of this image, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. In fact, it's better if it's not perfect. So I'm going to make sure I've removed all of the background by deselecting the erase tool and reselecting the erase tool, so moving the image and reselecting the erase tool. Notice it wasn't hard, it was quite an easy effect to achieve by zooming in or out. So now moving on to a part where you need to be careful. All I want to do is just remove these last little bits from around here. So, but it doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not perfect. So I'm just going to pinch and squeeze and straighten my tree up again. So this is the sort of, let me remove these clouds up here. A little bit more there, more there. Okay, excellent. So then I'm going to pinch and squeeze this image and get it to how I want it, like so. Now this is the part you have to be careful of. So once you've positioned this image, that is where it will need to stay, okay? Because we're going to use another image on top of this. So imagine now we've got two layers. We've got the blurred layer and we've got the top layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge by clicking the little tick button. I'm going to merge the blurred layer with the top layer. So that will give us one image. So like so, I select the little tick button. So now I've got one image. I can't do nothing with it. With the foreground or background, because it's just one layer. But what we will do is apply another layer by selecting and tapping the screen, selecting tools again, look, and then go to mixer once more, and then we're going to select the our mountain image. First thing I want to do is pinch and squeeze and rotate this image like so, and then I'm just going to zoom into this image so I can start, select tools and erase. I can start removing the background. And once more, this doesn't have to be perfect. So let me just do the main parts that you can see. Deselect erase, move the image. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Now you notice our edges here are squared off, and we want to, we don't want that. So I'm going to select erase. I'm just going to rub out over some of the edges, just nice, not too carefully, but I don't want to go too far into the image. Don't want to use too much of it. Let's keep this erase tool going, move along, and then we could sort of filter off the end like that. And then that is our bottom image, or our lower image as it will be in a minute. So I'm just going to remove the blue stuff, and like, it doesn't matter if you erase some of it, it doesn't, because it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you do erase some and you're not happy that you've erased it, just click the add button and colour over it again, and it will bring it back for you. So this is the image as I want it, like so. I'm just going to resize it and fit it on to the bottom of the tree like this, okay? Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to blending, have a look at seamless, and just have a look at some of the blending modes that you can look at, or that you could use. I would suggest the further you go up, when you're going to start making things darker, that's when it's not going to be as good. So just look at the effects, the blending effects, and either zoom up or down on the effects, and it might be for the image that you've selected, a certain effect works better than others. So for me, I think just normal and having it roughly about here, like so, up onto the 88. So this works well for me. I'm going to click the little tick button. Now remember at the start we said obviously the withered would take away some of the background, take away some of the effect from the background. That does indeed still stand, but we're just going to have a look to apply another predefined effect over the top of this image. So I'm going to select image, adjust. You could apply a filter as well, see what that looks like. I'm just going to select crisp and see what our crisp looks like, because crisp will like sharpening up the image a little bit. Vivid will make it look quite cool as well. Contrast will darken the background and sort of punch the colours through. You can go high key, which will brighten the background. HDR, low key again will darken the background. So you can just have a look at some of these effects and see which one you think that works well. So for me, I think Mantis works quite well. Stella also works well. Lagoon and Cave. But if we go to this ink print here, this is where I think you get the best sort of punch and applying a sort of different effect to the image as well. And that's what I want to use. I'm going to select the little tick button, and then what I want to do, I want to save that image out and save that photo. I'm going to go to finalize, I'm going to go to my collage, select my 4 images, and then place my 4 images by selecting the color, by selecting the blank tile, and then go to Enlight at the bottom, and then select one of your other images, and then you just keep locating your images and put whatever images you want in there. And then let's actually put the Enlight one from the end one. So yeah, this is the images that collage a little bit different. Obviously we started off with this. You could even put a collage within the collage, like so. Which looks quite cool. So I hope you enjoyed this 4-part tutorial. Like I said, the other parts are on videos. The descriptions are in the links below, or I'll put them on the screen. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back soon with more tutorials. Take care.